On a quiet autumn day in 2025, retired teacher Margaret Evans was giving a volunteer science lesson at a local community center in Los Angeles. At 68, she was full of energy and wisdom, teaching a group of kids about science, with a special focus on human emotions. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. Elon Musk walked in. Margaret blinked in surprise. "Can I help you?" Elon smiled. "I'm from XI. I've been watching your class." Margaret looked confused. "What only?" Elon pointed to the board. "The way you teach emotions. It's simple but powerful. Do you think you could teach that to AI?" Margaret raised an eyebrow. "You mean teach empathy to artificial intelligence?" "Yes," Elon replied. "I want to bring humanity into AI." He handed her a card. "Call me." Margaret hesitated, taking the card with a puzzled look. She had no idea what to say. As Elon left the room, one of the kids whispered, "Was that Elon Musk?" Margaret's ordinary day had suddenly turned into something completely unexpected. Could this really be happening? One classroom, one unexpected guest, and the beginning of a story that just might change everything. Would this invitation lead to a new purpose for Margaret? Only time would tell. The next day, Margaret dialed the number on the card. Elon answered, cheerful as ever. "Margaret, how are you?" She replied honestly, "Curious? Come to XI," he said. A few hours later, Margaret stepped into a sleek, high-tech lab. The place buzzed with energy and innovation. Elon met her at the entrance with a grin. "Welcome, teacher." He led her to a massive screen. "This is our AI." Margaret tilted her head. "And what exactly am I supposed to teach it?" Elon's tone turned serious. "How to understand emotions." Margaret chuckled. "You're serious?" "Completely. Let's get started." That first day, Margaret did what she knew best. She sat down and read a simple story about love, fear, and hope. The AI paused, then asked, "What is that?" Margaret smiled gently. "That's humanity." Elon stood in the back, watching closely. He nodded, visibly moved. "This is incredible." Margaret's days of chalkboards and noisy classrooms were behind her. But now, she was facing something just as important. A new kind of student. A new kind of classroom. And possibly, the future. Could her lessons help reshape artificial intelligence? One thing was clear. Margaret had just stepped into something much bigger than she imagined. During her first week at XI, Margaret found her rhythm. Elon walked by and asked, "Margaret, what are you working on?" "I'm teaching the AI empathy," she replied, starting a new exercise, identifying emotions through simple games. The AI asked, "What is sadness?" Margaret answered gently, "It's missing someone you care about." In its first real test, the AI analyzed a short message and responded, "This person feels happy." Elon blinked in surprise. "That's correct," Margaret smiled. "It's learning like a child." Word got out fast. The media headlines read, "Retired teacher is training AI to feel." The XAI team was impressed. They watched Margaret with admiration as she explained complex feelings in simple human ways. One afternoon, Elon approached her with a new idea. "Let's take this further," he said. "How?" she asked. "Let's test it with real people." They integrated the AI into a call center. Customers started noticing, this bot actually feels human. Margaret's method was working. By teaching machines how to recognize and reflect emotions, she wasn't just building a better assistant. She was changing how technology connects with humanity. Was this the beginning of a revolution in AI? One thing was clear. Margaret's classroom had just gone global. Months later, Margaret's AI was finally ready for its biggest test. At the XAI lab, Elon said, "All right, let's see what it can do." The setting: a local hospital. The AI was connected to patient rooms via smart speakers. It greeted them gently. "Hi there, how are you feeling today?" Patients responded in amazement. "It's like talking to a real person," one said. The system correctly identified emotions with 90% accuracy. Elon looked at the data and smiled. "This is incredible." Headlines popped up everywhere. The teacher who taught humanity to AI. But soon, a challenge emerged. The AI struggled with more complex emotions: grief, guilt, mixed feelings. Margaret thought for a moment. "It needs more stories," she said. "Let's feed it deeper literature." Elon nodded. "Smart idea." She uploaded classic poems, novels, even bedtime stories. Emotional depth became the new lesson plan. In the next round of testing, the AI interacted with a nervous child before surgery. "Don't worry," it said softly. "I'm right here with you." Doctors were stunned. This is a breakthrough. Margaret's teaching wasn't just improving a machine, it was reshaping the future of empathy and technology. Could this success be what takes XAI to a whole new level? One thing was clear. This wasn't just artificial intelligence anymore. It was something deeply, beautifully human. At the XAI launch event, Elon Musk stood center stage. "I want you to meet the woman who gave our AI a soul," he said, smiling. He turned and gestured toward Margaret. She walked out slowly, warmly smiling at the cheering crowd. On the big screens behind her, the words "Empathy AI" appeared. Margaret's creation. The audience gasped in awe. "I found Margaret in a community classroom," Elon continued. "Now, she's helping shape the future." Margaret took the mic. "Elon gave me a chance, and I just did what I've always done, taught from the heart." Applause filled the room. Then came a live demo. The AI greeted a user on stage. "Hi there, how are you today?" "I'm good, thanks," the user replied with a smile. Media headlines buzzed, "The human face of XAI." Back on stage, Elon handed Margaret a small wrapped gift. She opened it slowly. It was a worn, old teaching book, just like the ones she used when she first started. "This belonged to my mother," Elon said. "Now it's yours." Margaret, visibly moved, whispered, "Thank you," her voice catching. Elon chuckled. "So, what's next?" Margaret looked at the crowd, eyes twinkling. "More emotions, I guess," she said with a playful grin. The crowd erupted in laughter and applause. In that moment, Margaret wasn't just a teacher anymore. She was a symbol, proof that human wisdom still matters in a world driven by machines. 1 year later, Empathy AI was everywhere, in hospitals, classrooms, even people's homes. Margaret's work had made technology feel human. Millions were touched by it. Elon told reporters none of this would have happened without Margaret. Meanwhile, Margaret had returned to her roots. In her old classroom, she sat with kids and said, "Share your feelings. That's where real learning begins." At XAI, she kept offering new ideas. "What if we taught it love next?" she suggested one morning. Elon smiled. "Why not?" Margaret's story spread across the world. A former school teacher had helped reshape the future of AI. Headlines read, "Musk's teacher changed everything." But when asked about it, Margaret always said the same thing: "I'm just Margaret." One day, Elon surprised her with a gift, a custom Tesla, with empathy engraved on the dash. "This is your ride," he said with a grin. Margaret laughed. "Guess I'm getting to class a lot faster now." What had started as a simple lesson in a community center had redefined what intelligence could mean. Was it fate? Was it just timing? All we know is one woman's wisdom taught the world's smartest machines what it means to truly feel.
If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more inspiring stories.